My name is Margaret Ann Windsor. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941, brought to Moulton, Alabama, Lawrence County, not too far from Huntsville, where the Space Center began, there, NASA. And I was given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers. Both twins, Peggy and Carl, were deceased. They were killed by their mother. I grew up being told that was my name. I found out in '83, late '83, that my father is the real King Edward VIII. And I'll show you pictures in a minute. I've shown them on former videos. My father was not married to Wallace Simpson. An imposter married her, and they took down my father. And then when I was born, they kidnapped me. It's the New World Order, the Illuminati. My own Uncle George Roosevelt. Now then, my father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to artist George O'Keefe. My mother was American, Irish, and part of the family didn't like my mother, but most of it was the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the New World Order, the Jews. Joe Kennedy was ambassador appointed by Roosevelt. He helped in my kidnapping. And I could go on from there, but Elizabeth, who is the illegal monarch, and her father is the man who helped kidnap me, and she's helped cover it up. Her and her son Charles are part of the New World Order. And by the way, they were the ones that helped orchestrate and kill Tsar Nicholas, who's kin to me and the same kin to Elizabeth that they are to me. And this was really Anastasia, who lived next door to where I'm at now. I never thought I'd be here. But she was murdered by Blue Ridge Mental Health in Charlottesville, May the 4th of '84. Now then, and her husband, by the way, that she had married was professor there, did everything he could to get her out, and he couldn't. But this is my Uncle George in '39 planning my kidnapping. This is Roosevelt. That's what I wanted to focus on right now is today they're showing on, I thought it was CBS, but I'm going to read from here. It's ABC release, where it's a photo of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the man I just showed you, helped in orchestrating my kidnapping and the illegal takedown of my father, Edward VIII, and a 99-year seal to cover up the whole thing, the dirty laundry. Now then, it's a photo. It was on CBS Morning Show this morning, and this is the 16th of May, 2014. It shows Franklin Delano Roosevelt walking up a ramp in 1937 at a baseball game. And according to CBS this morning, this is the ABC where I down on the internet and found that this morning. But CBS showed the photo of him walking and standing up and walking at the game. And their statement was that it was only, I believe, I hope I'm correct, was the second photo showing him walking, that the Secret Service would not allow him to be filmed walking, photos to be made. So I wanted to just show this. I have been telling about my kidnapping, and I also wrote about mind control murders back in '77, '78. Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville. I show that because I was flown out there during a campaign. And he says I know who's responsible for his shootings. Well, his attorney was killed too. But before I go on from there, this is Caroline Kennedy. Her grandfather helped in my kidnapping, and her father flew into the embassy there while I was being kidnapped, for goodness sakes. While England Slept was a book that he helped write, and Joe, the older son. So they helped in my kidnapping. Now that my own uncle helped bring down my father, why do you think they put a 99-year seal on it? Anybody can stop and think, this is my dad, an honorable, honest man they couldn't buy. And this is the double that married Wallace Simpson. By the way, you get into patterns like Wallace was an American, and she was born out of wedlock. And then I'm placed there, given the name of the twin, who are born out of wedlock. This is my Aunt Georgia O'Keeffe, my mother's sister. She's an American artist, a great one, I might say. And so I was kidnapped, and my son's, I try to put on tapes what's been done to me here, and everybody knows about it. Nobody will touch it because the media is controlled by the very people who kidnapped me. The New World Order, the Illuminati, the Roosevelts, Rockefellers. Now, then, this is one of the mind control murders. There's a whole list of them. The Virginia Tech 33 that was shot in April the 7th of '07. I mean, this whole slew of them. The Aurora, Colorado, has nothing to do with mental illness. If that's what he's being tortured and called mentally ill, when it's mind control used on him, it's a weapon, and he's a victim too. But you can't get. He's being fed psychotic drugs for he's being tortured. He's not mentally ill. Now this is Mark and Scott Kelly. Well, yeah. And Mark is married to Gabby Gifford, and that was the Tucson, Arizona shootings. And at the theater. This is my son. This is an old photo, obviously. I don't have any of my son. After I wrote the book, April the 1st of '80, I had antifreeze put in me. Should have died. It was a fiasco. And I thought it was because of the book. And part of it probably was, but it's because of my kidnapping and the cover-up and all that. I'm Victoria the Second. I'm heir to the British Crown. And this is me a long time ago, and I don't know where my sons Mark and Scott are. I haven't since '83. And this is my son Mark, heir to the crown after me, and then my son Scott. And I guess that's what I wanted to put here. I had a letter before my tape goes off from the FBI, June the 23rd of '79. The letter was issued by Judge Harper, Attorney Harper, U.S. Attorney Harper, out of Atlanta, ongoing investigation, national security involved. Well, if you tell the truth about my kidnapping and the illegal treaty signed by my uncle that allowed the United States to place its military bases all over British soil, like Area 51 in Australia, that too. So he just touched national security involved, is what the letter stated. And this is Edward Snowden. And he's a hero, really. But anyway, that's cover up some of it. I hope it's told, and I hope I'm around to hear it and see it.